Mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀, mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀. Ìgbà tí mo lálé níbì kan, mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀. So this video is for Father's Day. Usually for Father's Day, I will be waxing lyrical about my dad. Today, it's about a different daddy, my zaddy actually. So a little backstory. For the longest time, I am usually very wary of talking about my marriage or talking about how happy I am for many reasons. First of all, is this whole imposter syndrome thing of thinking that, oh, there are days when you're absolutely not happy or you're mad at your spouse. So if you show happiness on the days you're happy, are you not lying? Are you not pretending? Are you not showing people what you want them to see? There's that. There is also issues of, hey, if what people see that you're happy, they will choke inside your matter. But I think that for this Father's Day, I will be stepping out of my comfort zone to talk about my husband. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Fumilola, double board certified pharmacist, mom of two, and a wife. It is my hope that I'm able to inspire someone on my self journey to get on a journey of theirs. If you like watching my videos, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and share videos with people that you think can benefit from it. Okay guys, let's get into today's video. So before I got married, I was a showy social media person, post my boyfriend on social media, blah 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 blah. And then marriage happened and all the shenanigans that was going on and advice from left, right, and center. And people were like, oh, hide your happiness. If they don't know you are happy, then they will leave you guys alone. Kiniko, kiniko. So I think I got a little bit into that. And so I started to hide. And then of course we moved. By the time we moved, there was a lot of work. And I hadn't gotten my license. I just wasn't in the mood to be on social media anyway. And then I didn't want to fall into that trap of how many people have liked my picture. So after a while, it became a habit, and then I just stopped. But once in a while, I would post my husband, and all that. Now, this man knows that I love him to bits. I think I was watching one video that Maraji, social media content creator Maraji, made one day where she was talking about it was her husband's birthday, and she was talking about how much she loves this man, and he just absolutely turned her head around. And I could relate. Like as I was watching that video, I was smiling, like, oh my god, I completely get it. So today, to celebrate Father's Day, I'm going to be talking about the things that my husband does that just makes sense to me. That just tickles me. So yes, today is an ode to my husband. It is a celebration of him. So first of all, I tried to pack my hair in a different way. It didn't work out, so I just took it down. And you who say you like when I wear glasses, I'm wearing glasses too. Anyway, that's by the way. So I'm making this video because there's a lot of videos on social media about bad spouses and bad marriages and how people are quick to hurt their spouses, and those news travel like wildfire. So today I thought I would bring you some positivity about how good marriages exist. You see, as I'm saying this thing now, that imposter syndrome thing is at the back of my mind. So who told you that you have a good marriage? My friend shift, but I'm claiming it, I'm owning it, and I am standing on the work that we're doing with and for each other to say, yes, we do have a good marriage. See, I found that hard to say. Okay, let's get into it. So, my husband is emotionally available. I'm gonna give a little backstory. I mean, most of my points will have a little bit of where we're coming from and where we are now. I remember when we first got married, my husband was a typical man raised in a Nigerian home, very closed off, very. I could tell that he loved me by the things that he did and all, but he was not an I love you person. He was not a texting person. He was not somebody who would share his feelings or share his emotions or basically talk about his feelings. Like, I mean, no. But now he is, this is like 20 years into knowing each other, right? Now he is very, vocal, especially because, along the way I have always encouraged, like, say what you're feeling. Like, no, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to, it's not going to make you any less of a man. Say what you're feeling, say how you're feeling it. Just say. And of course, I've said it before in one of my old videos that I've learned to be quiet when he's trying to express himself so he doesn't feel shut down. So yeah, we're getting better at that. He's so emotionally available. He communicates his feelings. I love it so much. I mean, and like I watched in maybe one of your fair dance videos, she was saying you don't have to be guessing what the person is thinking in their mind. Just open your mouth and talk. Like it makes life easy. So yeah, he's emotionally available. So this next point is um a little bit, what did you call that thing? Vanity. Let me put it that way. So for the longest time, and for as long as I can remember, I have not bought myself a phone. Like I said, it's 2 decades of knowing my husband. I can't remember the last time I purchased my own phone. That's number one. Number two, the last time that my husband was not the one responsible for the car I was driving was when I was working at Beckett, Nigeria, and I had an official car. After that, every car that I have driven, this man is the one that buys it. Not only does he buy it, he would make sure it's in good condition all the time. He'll check out my tires when it's winter season. He'll change it. And I know that a lot of people think that these are basic things that husbands should do, but apart they are not, because I have seen people whose husbands do not give two shits about what is going on with them or their car or whatever. So I am grateful to my husband for constantly looking after me. And this is not about whether he has money or doesn't have money, because I remember when we were dating and he didn't have a car, he would come to my school in Lag on Friday when I'm going home. We will take the bus together to Alasa. Like he will see me luckily, like he would take me home on the public transport bus, and then he will go back by himself. Like he will go back home. When he got a car, he used to take me home every weekend or wherever I needed to be. He was basically my chauffeur when I didn't know how to drive. Of course, he taught me how to drive because Ma was tired of being a chauffeur. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that he takes care of me, and I see it in everything that he does. And yeah, that's my next point. He takes care of me. My next point would be that he is kind and tender towards me. I'm sure that that sounds like he takes care of me, but no, I will explain. So when we fight, for example, my husband doesn't fight as if this is the end of the world and we're going to destroy each other. No, 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 no. Even though that used to be me at some point when I fight like me, but I think I also picked that up from him a little bit. When we fight, there is no name calling. There is no throwing, like, he is careful with his words. He is tender with his words. My husband has never quarreled with me to the point where he will call me by my name. We're fighting and this man is still babying me up and down. I remember one day that we had a big fight. I was really mad at him and everything. And I changed his name to his first name and his last name. I put Canada at the back. Guys, this fight changed from whatever it was that we're fighting about to the fact that I removed baby from his name on my phone. So yeah, and then another thing that he does when we're fighting that is so sweet, like it melts my heart. So half of the fight usually disappears. When we're sleeping, he still snuggles. Like even if we're fighting, somewhere in the middle of the night, he just reaches and he snuggles, and that absolutely melts my heart all the time. Like I'm just there, I'm just vexing, like this one's annoyed me and just snuggling. But it's alive, I like the snuggling. So yeah, I this brings me to like a backstory. I remember one of my secondary school mates one day was talking about. I think he put it on the status or something that the longer people are married for, the less intimate they are or something. They don't snuggle or he was just saying something. And I think I remember replying him that, you need to be careful of the stories that you believe. There are people who are actually enjoying their marriages, and if you don't want to marry, it's okay. But like, don't pick the stories that scare the bejesus out of you and decide that that's what you want to believe and all that. I think I remember him, sniggering or something, or thinking that maybe I was just trying to defend my my union. But yeah, the snuggling part completely gets me and it just tickles me pink. My husband is my support and my cheerleader. Every time I want to do something, Even though there are times when this man has said things that will burn me. But today we're talking about the good things he's doing. So let's focus. Nigerian wife. Anyway, so I remember one when I used to be in Nigeria and I used to bake. I remember I had this cake job that I took, and um every time I remember that, it makes me want to cry because in hindsight, there's so many other things I could have done to make it better. But yeah, it didn't go so well. I was supposed to stack some cakes and I didn't bring my pipes. Anyway, the job didn't go so well. I cried and cried and cried. My husband saved me throughout that event after he helped me tidy up. And that's just always how he has been. When I was in Nigeria, he was my unofficial cake delivery guy. Like I could trust only him to deliver cakes. Every time I used Uber or something, I used to be worried that they were going to mess up cake. But when my husband was doing delivery and he was still my boyfriend at the time, he would be careful. He knew how to handle cakes. Basically, we'd been together for that long. So yeah, he's kind. He's supportive towards me. If I want to do something and I tell him about it, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, now, yeah, now, yeah, now." If I say this is what I want to do now, he's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it now. Oh yeah, let's do it now." That's always, so, oh yeah, So, yeah, supportive. My husband is hardworking. My husband is hardworking. From the moment that I met him, I think one of the things that tripped me the most, we were in Yabatek at the time, and he was a student, but he was also working. One of the things that tripped me the most about him is that he's always on top of the hustle, He's always on top of the hustle. And if something is legal and is going to bring him money, my husband is on top of the hustle. He's so hardworking. He's constantly um caring about how he's going to provide for his family, how he's going to bring a smile to my face, how he's going to make sure that we're comfortable, how he's going to keep a roof over our heads, and. So yeah, he's very hardworking. I can't even believe. I remember one time in Nigeria that my husband used to drive interstate new cars, like all these companies that supply Toyotas and stuff to other companies. He would drive interstate, Lagos to Port Harcourt, Kinifan, and then take a bus back. And then, like every weekend, he would do like 2 trips. The guy did hustle, and I respect him for that deeply, deeply, deeply. So yeah, that's another thing that I admire about my husband. He's very hardworking. He takes care of me when I'm down. I remember every time I'm pregnant, my husband nicknames himself Akpan because he's basically doing all the errands and running around. He also cooks the best noodles, by the way, to the point where my children now reject my own noodles. But that's okay. Some of us are gourmet chefs, not like noodle stuff. Anyway, he cooks the best noodles. So when he wants to like give me a treat, and you need to see the amount of ceremony around the noodles when he's cooking it. Yeah, he takes care of me when I'm pregnant. Don't do that. Are you okay? You have you eaten? He become, in fact, yeah, he's my Akpan. He nicknamed himself Akpan, by the way. Yeah, he's my Akpan. Oh, another thing I wanted to say is that he trusts my intuition, and it took us a while to get here, by the way, because he was raised in a home where you know you are trained like a typical African man, hide things from your wife. Women don't know these things, and. But he he would come and he would say, "This is what I want to do. What do you think?" Well, I mean, he does call me a witch, but that's by the way. I mean, so yeah, he trusts my intuition. That's another sweet thing that he does that just absolutely melts my heart. Another thing that my husband does that makes sense is he has quirky traits. Now, I will try to list a few things. Number one, this man will not eat any snack that is in this house that is not my own. So if I buy something for myself, that's the one he wants. If I buy the same thing for him, note guys, it can be exactly the same thing. Man will not touch it. Man will say it is the one that I'm eating that looks yummy. So that's where he's gonna be. Number one. Number two, this man looks very serious outside, but he's so dorky inside. It is hilarious. Like he's so serious on the outside. Like you're just thinking, oh, this guy is such a serious guy. He's hilarious. He's so quirky. Like he he gossips with me. I love it so much. Now, see, there's one video that people used to make of their husbands when they're on the phone and then I start saying something and the husband's on the other side. That's Mr. A. He and well, I am teaching him now to know how to take detail properly when he wants to come and gossip something to me because normally we just come and say something happened. Say what happened? Say I didn't ask. You didn't ask about. So now we're teaching him how to, know how to gossip properly. So yeah, he gossips with me and I absolutely love it so much. As it is Father's Day now, it will not be complete if I don't say something about how good he is as a dad. My husband shows up for his children, and I love that so much for him. I love that so much for him. Um, he and then he listens. So if, for example, he wants to take a step with the kids, and I'm like, babe, I don't think you should do it that way. I don't think you should do it that way. He listens. He's supportive towards his kids. He shows up for them. He takes them out. Not just like, oh, once in a while, daddy outing. No, no, no. He's consistent. He picks up roles, and this is such a big deal for where we're coming from to where we are now. And it's just amazing to watch him metamorphose. And the other day, he had to have the kids on Saturday because I had an exam. And then after my exam and all, I was asking some questions. I was like, "How are you asking me these questions? I've got the kids now. I'll look after them. Can you come?" And I have to say that this started one particular 2, 3 years ago when I went to Vegas, and everyone was like, "Oh, how's your husband going to cope? How's your husband going to cope?" Because prior to that time, I don't think he quite knew that he could handle the kids by himself. And then after that trip, it was like something clicked inside him and made him so confident on himself as, a primary caregiver to the children. And now he's taking them on solo trips by himself without me. And, it's beautiful. Yeah, he's there for his children, very supportive, very showing up. He shows up. He shows up. And if anybody knows something that I greatly admire about my dad, it is that my dad shows up for his children. And I'm glad that my husband shows up for his children too. And last but not the least thing I want to talk about that my husband does that absolutely just melts my heart is he apologizes when he's wrong. And when I apologize to him, he says things like, I already forgave you before you apologized. Like, I'm not going to fight with you. And this just means that when he offends me half of the time, more than half of the time actually, when I'm offended or when we fight, and I want to go bonkers and just lose it, the kindness and the tenderness and the love that he has shown me before is like a bank. This is thing I tell my friends about, like emotional bank, right? If your spouse is a good person towards you generally, it makes it easier to forgive them when they do offend you. So I would say that my husband has deposited an in insurmountable amount of love and kindness into my emotional bank so that every time that I am offended by something that he does, the deposit of forgiveness comes out from there. And it's so easy for it to come out from there. Like, it's so easy for me to be there for him, to sacrifice for him, to show up for him because he does these things without effort for me. And yeah, so this is my ode to you, babe. I love you very much. Happy Father's Day. Um, I am proud of you. I am glad for the husband that you are and for the father that you're becoming. And I hope and I pray that God will continue to show you the way to move this family forward, um, and to continue to be an even better man than you are right now. I'm going to sing a song. That song that I always sing, but I'm going to sing it here now. No, I'm shy. It seemed like it was going to be easy, but okay, I'm going to sing it for you. So I learned this song and one of those TikTok videos. Mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀, mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀. Ìgbà tí mo lálé níbì kan, mo gbọ́kàn lórí gẹ̀ǹgẹ̀. And I'll translate. It is, well, I can't transliterate, so I'm going to just say, like, I hold my husband in high esteem. And then, so Mugbaka Lori gang, like I put my husband on my head basically. So I hold my husband in high esteem because I don't have anyone else and I don't intend to have any others, anywhere else. So Mugbaka Lori gang, Gbatu Lale Nibikan, Mugbaka Lori gang. Thank you for watching my video today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, I hope that it gives you a cause to pause, take a piece of paper, and write down the happy things that your spouse brings to you and the happy things that your spouse makes you feel and helps you to reflect. And remember to wish the men around you a happy Father's Day.